welcome here to our October monthly vibes. I love this month. I absolutely love this month. To be honest with you, every time when we step into the month of October, I absolutely dreaded it. For at least 4 or 5 years now, I've absolutely dreaded October because for me, it was never, ever a good month. It was always a month of destruction, a month of transformation. It's almost like when you look at the tarot cards and you pull that tower card. October has always been the tower card for me. And I have to say that I was so happy when I felt into this month that it's actually feeling a lot brighter. It's feeling a lot lighter. When we look at October, here we're going to have some relationships. It's going to take a shift. And no, it's not the tower card. Well, at least not quite the tower card, but a little bit close to that, but not in a stressful way. And the beauty of what I love about what October is bringing in is change. And this time it is a positive change. It is a graceful change. And what we will be seeing in October is how karmic dynamics between us and others are either starting to open up, or you could see some coming to an end. And that always is a positive thing, because either way, whichever way you look at it, it means progress. It means change. It means healing. It means transformation. It means that you're moving from A to B. There's movement. And this movement is perfect because that resembles also growth, emotionally, physically, and psychologically as well. And it also represents growth in your relationships in all the perfect right areas, because the areas in your relationships and in your life that feels uncomfortable, that feels a little bit painful, these areas that they need the most attention, they need the most love, they need the most awareness. But of course, we are biologically pain avoidant, so we try to push that away. We try to, step into actions and reactions that will take us further away from actually dealing with the issue at hand. Because if we don't deal with it, guys, come on, we're just delaying it. You're just delaying it. It'll come back in different ways, shapes, and forms. And normally it comes back at times when you least expect it, and the times where you just don't want to deal with it. That normally, well, at least that happens for me. I'm sure that some of you will be able to go like, yeah, spot on. So when we look here at October, it's a great month to learn to understand certain dynamics will upset you. Certain dynamics are there to just help you to grow. And when you've learned that experience of growth, these relationships they end, they go, they leave. It can be romantic relationships, it could be friendships, it can be any type of dynamic where there was an energy exchange between you and someone. And sometimes our emotional investment on these people and within these dynamics is going to determine whether this person, how they show up in your life, how painful that can end up being. So they are also here to show us what is maybe lacking in our lives. Where do we need to look more into what we need to establish and maybe take more control of, or let go of more control? Because here's what can happen. October starts with a very strong, fiery entry. It's like bomb, and it's like, and that fire is there to give you that push, to give you that shove, to like really go into it. Because we sometimes get stuck in these patterns where we feel a little bit lazy, we maybe feel a little bit lethargic, or it's a bit like, next day, we'll do it the next time. I don't want to do this right now. Procrastination. And so what this energy is doing is just blowing that out of the ballpark, just completely blowing it out of the water for you, to give you that energetic and mental and psychological push that you need to jump into and to dive into these dynamics and these relationships, to maybe dive into these projects. But what is also really super important is that this push can be so strong, that passion can be so strong that it can be misinterpreted as aggressiveness. It can be misinterpreted as feeling pushed too much. Maybe you feel pushed, or maybe you are pushing someone a little bit too much. And be mindful of that, because you don't want to create a feeling of competitiveness. You don't want to create a feeling of inferiority, whether it's in you or whether it's in someone else. So if you feel like that, then that's why. That is what October can bring in. And just be mindful of that, because as I always teach you, Awareness of a problem is a problem half solved. And you can show up so much more powerfully by knowing this information. And what you also might notice here with October is that whatever it is that you've maybe been working on, projects, maybe something silently, and now you're starting to go, hey world, this is what I'm doing. What do you think about it? Do you like it? How do you interpret that? Here's my opinion, or here's my project. And it's going to be received really beautifully. That's the positive part. It's going to be received so beautifully. And of course, that's going to boost your your self-esteem. Is going to boost your confidence. And perfect, because that is what the October vibes wants to do for you. It wants to tell you, hey, these things that you're doing, that you hide from people, that you don't want people to see, look how amazing you are. Look how fantastically great you are at this. Why don't you bring more of that into the open public awareness? And I'm not saying just throw everything out there, like just go, boom, there's everything. Do it step by step. Do it step by step. Reveal a little bit, see how people feel, see how you feel, reveal a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more, until you start to find your rhythm, until you start to find your place of comfort in terms of how you show up with this, in terms of how you share that as well. Because at the end of the day, let's be honest, not everyone is going to be happy for you. Not everyone has the emotional capacity to be happy with you. Not everyone has the emotional maturity to congratulate you. Because sometimes your celebrations, sometimes your strength, sometimes your success can trigger other people. And it's just making them feel like, your success is now in their face, and it reminds them of things that they feel that they cannot achieve. It triggers their shortcomings. It triggers their limitations. But guys, come on, listen, it's not your problem. It's not your problem that they are in that place of stuckness. So that projection of jealousy, that projection of snidiness, you don't have to take it. You don't have to deal with it. And October month is showing you that. October month is coming forward and is telling you, hey, you don't have to take that. You don't have to accept that. You want people in your life, ultimately, let's be honest. We want people in our lives that can be happy for us, that can celebrate with us. And we want to be that person for these other people as well. Remember to be clear and be sure that what you want to attract from others, that you can give that yourself. Because that makes you even more. That makes you an even more of a stronger frequency match to that. So guys, this is a really beautiful month ahead. Really beautiful month. But these are the absolute highlights for you to really focus on and to be aware of, to really, truly take in this month and to get the absolute best out of it. And of course, join me for my weekly vibes here so that you can stay up to date with what's going to happen each week, because we have our good, the bad, the ugly, the plot twists, and also the great aspects about it as well. And so remember to subscribe here to the channel, hit the notification bar so that you can stay up to date with the latest and greatest announcements that's happening here in October. And until then, be the light that you are. Thank you for watching this video, and I'm sure that you learned a lot. So guys, subscribe to my channel here and also hit the notifications bar, and so that you can get notified every time when I upload a new video. So guys, also remember to share the video and also look out for courses that I have below in the description bar. And until next time, be the light that you are.